Well, we did it. I don't know if it was a goal, but we did it. 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. 5,000. It's been, excuse me, a long time coming, many years, but I'm not exactly Mr. Consistent, but yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you all are here. I'm glad you subscribed. I'm glad you're watching, and I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Truly am. And to celebrate, let's see, celebrate number one, because maybe we'll do something fun for 5,000 subscribers. But number one, first thing is now in partnership with Standard American Outdoors, I'm using my code that I'm putting below, Agile5. You get 5% off on roof racks and adjustable rear panhard bars. All 100% made in America, small business, family owned. This guy's amazing, does cool stuff. He's really focused on second gens. Not too many people are. And so I love supporting him. He's a great guy. And so we're partnering up 5% off on roof racks. He makes them at home. He does all kinds of things. So you could follow the link below to his website if you want to buy something. To enter the code Agile5 and you get 5% off. So yeah, really cool. Everything he does made in America, made by him, made by hand. Really good quality stuff. I've seen it. It's great. So all right, so take advantage of that if you want to, really, because we got to support these few businesses that actually make things for second gens. They're, the redheaded stepchild in the way, right? So, all right, let's do an update on the 4Runner project. So I'm uploading a video on the air conditioning. It's all fixed up, all installed. Go watch that one. It's the video right before this one. I pulled a vacuum on it, and it's still got a slow leak somewhere. So the plan is the one thing I haven't changed is the evaporator inside underneath the dash. So I'm going to go ahead and get one of those, and I'm going to change that out as well. And because I can't hear any leaks or anything, and I don't have the equipment to pressure test this, only vacuum test it for now. It's just not set up for that at the moment. Plus, by replacing that, I was kind of hoping to get away with it, but I ordered a Denso OEM, and that'll just prevent any future issues as well. Like one less thing to break, one more thing replaced, brand new, one less thing to worry about. And that's the point of this whole project, right? After 31 years, to get things solid. All the stuff that's been ignored for a long time, all the hoses and all kinds of things. So where I'm at now is I'm going to start on the fuel injectors. I'm waiting for a set of crush washers to come in, because you have to replace the crush washers on the fuel rails and everything every time. You can't reuse them. So fuel injectors, you could see I have the valve covers off, so those are going to get new gaskets, and also the rear cam seals are going to get replaced also. Now, the cap on the back should pop off, and you could theoretically replace the seal from the back and put the cap back on and be okay. The issue I have is somebody gooped it all up with black RTV. It is just a mess back there. And so I need to pull off this rear cam cap and clean all that out and put it all back together. So, and to do all that, some of this metal fuel rail line is in the way, so I need to kind of move all that stuff out of the way. So everything you do on these things requires more moving stuff out of the way than the actual project. It's crazy. So, all right, air conditioning is mostly done. Timing belt is done. Power steering is all redone. And I ended up going with a Reman pump, because the bearing inside of my original was just, didn't look great. So that's all put back together, reinstalled, new crush washers here. Where is it? Right there. And new power steering lines as well. You could see that's brand new AC lines, and the power steering lines down there as well. What's left to do? So yes, other valve cover, other cam seal, New fuel injectors are going in. They're rebuilt OEMs is what I'm using. And then I send back these for a core charge, and they rebuild these. The rear heater delete and new hoses there. I'm going to do a separate video on that. And then it's kind of starting to put all stuff back together. All these vacuum lines and stuff are all going to get replaced. I'm just waiting till the end so I don't forget where everything goes, because I have it all labeled right now. So I'm going to put everything back, and then when it comes time to reconnect these, I'm going to replace them all. So that's going to be all new. New belts, obviously. What else? I think we're pretty good into this stuff. So it was new AC, new power steering, timing belt, injectors, new rubber and hoses and all that kind of stuff. Seals, cam seals, yeah, valve cover gaskets, take care of the oil leaks. Also just stuff, like I said before, that needs to be taken care of, kind of the coolant lines to the oil cooler. I replaced those. There's one more to do. It looks like jacking it up and taking off the side tire and going in through the wheel well would be the best way to get to that, because it's way up in there. So I'm going to fumble with that some other day. I did the fuel filter right up underneath here on this side. Emergency brake adjustment's going to get done. I'm putting in a diff breather with a line going up. So getting rid of the original. Those usually by now aren't working properly anyway. So that's going to happen. So diff breather. Inside, it's getting new seat covers. I'm going to update the radio. I got a cool dash cover that's just laying in there. It's not installed properly yet. Kind of pulling everything apart in here and just going through the wiring, making sure it's good. Pulling the seats out, recovering those, and probably pulling the front carpet out. Gonna steam clean that, and yeah, we'll see what else from there. I have a list that I can't possibly remember it all. It's a million little things. So yeah, that's kind of an update. This has really honestly been taking me longer than I thought it would, that I planned for. I was hoping to be on the road sometime in the next few days, and that's not going to happen, obviously. There's just all the small things. There's what's really held me up is, one is weather. So I have the canopy, but when it's really raining hard and the wind's blowing and neighbors' stuff is being blown from yard to yard and everything, the canopy is just not sufficient. It's a good idea in theory, but yeah, it's been helpful, but on lighter rain days. But yeah, and then you know, life gets busy, but then also just you discover things, you find things. I've had to, so much of this has taken me twice as long as I thought, because there's just kind of one thing after another, or you know, you find something and then you have to order parts and wait for parts or go get parts. You know, it ends up taking, I admit I underestimated the time that it would take because of all those factors. It's not just the wrenching time, but even that is just, you know, you run into things, and even on a California car, you know, that everything comes apart really easy. There's just things like my upper intake gasket was just, I think somebody super glued that thing on there. It took me half a day to get that thing off. It was like one day of work just to get that off, you know. And you don't plan for that. You just usually a little scraping and they pop off, you know. So it's those kind of things that add up over time. Yeah. So all right, I'll keep you guys updated. I had a request for a video on how to do the cam seals, the rear cam seals, and also a request on why I'm deleting the rear heat. So those two videos will be coming up for sure. So thank you guys again. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. It's amazing. So I'm surprised my shop isn't too much of a mess. So got the cart kind of full of junk, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. All kinds of parts, and up on the shelves too. So all right guys, yeah, and we'll talk soon. And yeah, thanks. Make sure you remember to like and all that stuff. I don't say that often. I know everybody does, but it really does help. So, all right. See you later. Thanks. Bye.